hierarchy of needs,
Yeah, that's
something
the
like
one.
that.
That's the one. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
I think that also gives a good explanation of like why maybe like parents might not have been able to love in certain ways, because it's like it was in survival mode. You know, at the bottom you've got basic needs, and then it goes up to like more.
Broski.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Well,
want to touch on that because I feel
Like
like
having fun, and all of that. Like that's right at the top.
yeah.
Leisure, right at the top. Whereas the bottom is like providing.
Bro,
paying
Maslow's
bills.
hierarchy of what we just spoke about now encompasses so many different things, bro. Remember a couple of episodes ago we spoke about it, and I said when you're in survival mode, morality goes out of the window. You just care about putting something on the table. You just care about making it work. So when it comes to that, I'm tapped in. I'm locked in. Sorry, you was gonna say something.
Yeah, what I was gonna say, I feel like for me myself, as I've grown up, I've learned what love is and the true definition of it, and I feel like my grandmother, she's the one that raised me. She's the one that taught me how to love. But then I want to speak about facets of love as well, because there was one time she had a hip operation, and she had to go to hospital and such, and I didn't go and visit her, and then she comes back home. And then I'm on blast for not going to visit her, and like, not even in like, oh, you didn't come and visit me, X, Y, and Z. Like, she was just detailing her disappointment about me not going to visit her. And it didn't cross my mind. But then it's through that moment I learned about showing that you care and showing your intention. So that was really important for me growing up. But then separately, and I feel like I've told this story so many times, maybe not on here, but to you guys, there was a time I went for my first job, and they gave me the job, and then I just had to go through like another stage of interview, and then it transpired that I didn't get the job. So I've come home very low and depressed, and I want comfort. I'm seeking comfort. I come home now, and she's like, Adebayo, I knew you wouldn't get the job. So blasé. And in that moment, I'm just like,
Typical African.
yeah, but it's just like, that doesn't dispute how much she loves me. She's just saying how she feels. And what I'm trying to get to is like, you know, facets of love. I feel like I never experienced, you know, that hugging, comfort. So now as an adult, I'm not a very touchy-feely person. I feel
I
like
think that's
in
a lot
our
of Africans.
I feel like in our community, what we focus on, if we're going to segue into facets of love and love languages, like I feel like we're so steeped in acts of service where other things can be looked at. But
I try not to laugh because were we stripped of something, and are we letting people off lightly? And it's okay, you know.
I think we are, because for me, my mum and dad still did that up to today. Do you get what I'm saying?
even
Like,
wanna laugh.
if I go to them and I say to them, oh, like the other day, my son, he broke my laptop, my MacBook. So I said to my mum, in fact, I was talking to somebody. I was like, oh, like Jericho broke my laptop. She was like, oh, yeah, you're careless. She was like, yeah, you're careless. You should have, you should have kept it in the right place. I was so angry, like I was,
instead of you to
Like, I'm
say,
already
I was
angry.
angry already, like that ruined, like for like the next couple hours, I was just pissed. Like my
Yeah.
missus, I told my missus in the car, like we were driving home. She was
instead of you
"Yeah,
to
don't worry."
say, oh, sorry.
Yeah, like when you're already in pain, like, or when you're already frustrated about something, like they literally putting salt on the wound, bro.
Do you know what? I get it. You know, I
tough
get.
love.
I get this.
It's tough love, yeah.
Okay, let's get into that then, because you know what it is. You know what it is. I'm gonna talk melatonin here. Do you know what it is? We are scared to pull our parents up because we are scared of the idea that they didn't care for us. That in itself is an issue, in my opinion, where we're scared to say they've done wrong because we don't want to paint them in a certain way. Listen, they cared for me a lot. Care forms a part of love. It's okay to have care for somebody and show respect for somebody. But if you abuse me, it still means you cared for me and you respected me previously, but you don't fully love me.
No, you can't say that, man. You can't say they don't love you because of one aspect. 'Cause
No, they can't wholly love me, bro. They can't wholly
So
love
I guess
me.
the question is, can anyone really say they fully love
Now we're
people?
getting to we're getting there. Now we're getting to the abuse and the misuse of the word love. How easy is it for people to say love? this is a sacred word, in my opinion. I love words, and I think words have meanings, right? And I think it's important that we carry on and we stick to those meanings. Yeah, love in itself encompasses so many different things, right? So we feel like if you feel one of those things, it must be love. Don't deceive yourself. Don't be so easily Love's
Cool.
amazing.
What about having love for someone and being in love with someone?
What does that
Isn't
mean?
different?
That's South London.
Yeah, that's another
jargon.
like phrase.
That's South
yeah.
London jargon. That's London jargon. I have love for you. What the hell does that mean? I said that to a brother that I met 2-3 weeks ago when I was younger. Like, I got love for you, my boy. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm not going out on a ride out with you. Like, I don't, like what does that mean? It's a lie. This is what I'm saying. It's a lie. A lot of people live a lie growing up anyway. A lot of people live the lie growing up. I got love for you, G. Leave off, bro. You're in that predicament alone. You know what I mean? There's people that I do love, and I'm not ashamed to say I love you to my people that I love, bro. I'm not ashamed to do that. You know what I'm saying to you? Because I know it's a reciprocated feeling. So I'll say the whole word. Part of the reason we say I got love for you is because we want to run away from the fact that we want to say I love you. You know?
But why is that?
It's because of masculinity.
I don't think it's because of masculinity. I believe for myself, I never grew up in an environment where I heard, I love you, this, that, and the third. So it's uncomfortable for me to say. Probably to this day, I feel like I've gotten better, but I'll be like, yeah, love, bro.
I hear your points,
Yeah.
but not to be dismissive. We're guys that we are what based?
Solution based.
We're solution based. What can we do? Yeah. So let's bring it back to ourselves. What can we do as individuals to ensure that, okay, maybe we're putting a buck on that trend then?
I think for what we can do as individuals is show great examples of black love. Love each
Perfect.
other.
Perfect.
Show each other, love each other, look out for each other.
Yes.
When we do get into romantic relationships, make sure that we are setting an example and a standard of what it needs to be.
This
Because
is it.
other young black men and young black women are looking at us. Whether we like it or not, we see, we imitate, we copy, So
People do what they see.
yeah,
rather
people
than
do what
they're
they
told.
see. So that in itself is important because I don't know if it's true statistically that, a lot of successful black people, black men are not with black women. In the media anyway, it portrays it that it's not like that's not the case.
Yeah, I think they say that a lot about basketball players. Yeah.
But obviously when you look at the bigger picture, I don't think that's the case. I think the case is that many black men are with black women.
And it's also that, bro, there's so many facets to it. It's a multivariate analysis. It's how they define success, what they define success. If success is you being on TV, I know a lot of successful people that aren't on TV. What does that mean? But I take your point. I don't play into that nonsense because it's nonsense. I know more black couples than anything else, me personally. So what does that mean? Erase what I know because I see it in the media. I get it though. A lot of people don't have that. So